Hello, and welcome to Cellpoint Mexicali. My name is Ehsan Giratape, and I'm the CEO and founder of Cellpoint. Very happy to have you with us for this period. I'd like to give you a tour of this facility and show you what we're up to in Cellpoint Mexicali. Before I begin, I'd like to sort of kick off high level and say our purpose of existence here is to take C-grade devices and turn them into A. And we do that using a process called organic reclamation. What that means is we improve the cosmetics of the phone without buying a single part. So we focus on reclamation activities like polish, like buffing, and other activities like that. So as we started, you could see the warehouse door. Product arrives in the warehouse door and it comes all the way here to the warehouse. Once it comes into the warehouse, we'll take apart the pallet, separate each phone, make sure that each device has a 30% charge. From there, we'll plug it into Phone Check, which is our automated phone testing software that we're using. Well, one, make sure that what the vendor sold us is in fact what we're receiving, that we get what we paid for. And two, we'll establish a baseline or a line in the sand to say, here's the condition of the phones. And by the end of all these processes that I'm about to show you, we'll confirm that we did nothing to damage the phone or to take it into a worse condition. So, from the warehouse, we need to correctly identify or triage the phone to identify what the problem. Let's say the problem is heavy scratches on the front and on the back. From that point, the phone will go into our polish area, and that's where I'd like to take you next. So today, what I'm about to show you is an industrialized application of glass polishing. So first of all, the phone comes to the door. We take the phone, we put it on a specialized fixture. From there, we will put waterproof glue around the phone in order to protect it. From there, we would take it over to our polishing machines. We would group different levels of scratches into different categories, and we would run it according to what category it is or how deep the scratches are. So from here, the phone will be polished, remove any of the scratches. Sometimes those scratches on the inside get removed really well, but the scratches on the outer edge don't. So in that case, we would be taking it to our manual rework line, which is these four gentlemen you see here, to be able to rework anything that doesn't get right on the first pass for automated polishing. In total, this area is doing around 1,500 units a day. And we do that a combination of what you just saw and our fully manual polishing lines, which is what you see here. So these people are highly trained. It's a very difficult job. Imagine you have a cell phone and you're dealing with polishing equipment, you're dealing with distilled water, with ceranium oxide. There's a lot of potential for risk or damage to happen. So from here, these gentlemen will polish the phones and then they would kick it over to quality. This quality department would, one, make sure that the phones work as they're designed and to make sure that the operator did not induce any damage. And also make sure that all the scratches were removed as they were supposed to. Assuming that they are and they don't need to kick it back to the operator, they would pass it further on down the line. So now you have a fully functional phone with a scratch-free front and a scratch-free back. Now let's deal with the middle frame. So in this area here is where we have our middle frame reclamation process. You can see these gentlemen here removing small scratches off the sides, and we've also developed a specialized process to be able to re-add color back into the middle frame. And here you can see some of the work that we're doing. So now we process the phone through all of our critical cosmetic processes, the front, the back, and the sides. From here, the phone will go over to our one-piece flow area, which is we're taking the device, making sure that everything works, making sure the speaker grills are clean, the microphone grills are clean, making sure that functions exactly as intended. Phones will start at the end of the line, and they would go into the next sequential step based on what needs to be done. You can see here that he's got the phone open, looking to make sure the gasket is installed properly. Again, upon successful completion, it goes from one step to the next. Sometimes cleaning speaker grills, sometimes replacing speaker grills, and so on. And then finally, you would have a phone that's been QC'd at each individual station end up here. And then you would have this lady here QC the phone, checking it to make sure the phone works as intended and looks as intended. The second she says yes, we go over to our quality department. So step one is they'd load the phone with the app. We'd run through all the functional steps: NFC, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, touchscreen functionality, charging port, wireless charging, and so on and so forth. Upon successful conclusion of doing all those tests, you would have a device in a poly bag, a bubble poly bag, along with a sticker that says, this phone was tested for this functionality, and verify that it works. Who did it, what time they did it, and whether or not the test was successful. We include each one of these test reports with each one of the devices we sell. So you as a customer will know that the phone you've gotten has been tested independently in a way that's auditable and verifiable. So now we have a fully QC'd phone, a phone that functions good, that looks cosmetically good, and is about to go to the last step of the process. However, before we go over to the finished goods area, I'd just like to walk you through our engineering area. This is where we perform all of our reliability and durability testing. So you can see over there, we've got a thermal shock chamber to be able to make sure that after we do what we do to the phone is able to withstand extreme heat and extreme cold. Next to it, we have our tumble tester to make sure that after we perform our value-added services, the phone is able to withstand a tumble and respond similar to the verified reference. Next to it, we have our push-pull tester, which is testing the strength of the glue that we use to adhere the LCD to the phone itself. Oftentimes we'll get phones with gaps, and we'll use this equipment to make sure that the glue that's on there when the phone came in is actually strong enough to be able to support a use. All right, so lastly, I'd like to end with the finished goods area. So all this work that we've done, all these processes, is in support of sending a finished good, a product that will work, and a product that will be used by you as our end customer. So, as we left off from the last step, a fully QC'd phone would come over here. Then you would see this team here make sure there's no fingerprints on the phone, add lens tape as needed, and move it on down the line till eventually it will be inputted into our ERP, and these phones will be stored on the shelves as finished goods. We have two configurations that are available to ship. One is we could ship you a handset only in a 50 count box. And secondly, we can actually kit the device and get it ready for your end customer. So we can put the phone in a white box along with an MFI certified lightning cable and a UL certified charging cube in the white box, along with a warranty card, along with a marketing sticker. We can put that in a 10 count along with the IME eyes on the outside, getting ready for a final product that's ready to go to you on your dock shelf and eventually to your end customers. So everything that you've seen here today is in support of getting a fully QC'd phone, both cosmetically and functionally. A phone that both you and I would personally use. And once we have that device, we know at Cellpoint that we have done our job. And we are very much looking forward to ship you the next fully renewed product straight to you. Thank you for your time and attention.